Folks, and welcome back to the program. Well, if you've lived in Western New York just a few years, you know we can be fiercely proud of the talent that we have had in Western New York, either still living here or having originated here and now live somewhere else, but still touches the world with their art. And such is the case with our next guest, New York Times bestselling author, Wendy Corsi Staub. I finally figured out how to pronounce your last name. Wendy, good morning and Happy New Year to you.
Hi, it's good to be back here.
So good to see you. It's been a while since you and I have been together.
It's been a few years we haven't seen each other, yeah.
Wendy, how many books all together have you written?
I've written over 70 books in different genres, but this is my 15th thriller. These in the suspense genre.
Well, of all the genres you've written, what is your favorite? Is the suspense?
Yes.
That's
I'm really focusing on that now. Yeah, I like to watch a movie that fools me and has twists, and I like to read a book that does. So when I'm writing it, I sort of feel like I'm indulging that passion.
Well, I've got a thing here, just the praise for your book, your latest book, Scared to Death, which is what we have right here, has just come out of the woodwork. People are just praising you to the skies.
Thank you. It feels good.
What in the world does it feel like to be on the New York Times bestseller list? And that's not a new position for you. You've been there before, haven't you?
No, I've been there before, but every book I hold my breath until I hope that it will happen, and it never gets old. It never gets old. I've wanted to do this since I was 9 years old, and it hasn't worn thin at all. I get thrilled every time.
I just can't imagine what it's like to open the paper and there you are, right there with Clancy and Parker and all the rest of them.
It's just exciting. Those are the pinch me moments.
Yeah, the pinch me moments.
Yeah.
I have to ask if I don't know if you have a chance to even watch television, but if you do, is Castle one of your favorite shows?
You are the second. I did a morning show on tour a few months ago, and they asked me about Castle. I thought they were talking about a castle.
Oh.
So we just, my husband and I just put it into our TiVo. It's waiting for us when we go home after this vacation.
It is one, and I'm so proud we have it right here on Channel 7 on ABC. It is one of the greatest shows I have ever seen.
I can't tell you how many people have said that. So you're a fan?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I really am. Why don't you tell us a little bit? Now, your last thriller was Live to Tell.
Yeah, Live to Tell.
This one is Scared to Death.
Yes.
And the one that's coming is
Hell to Pay.
Hell to Pay.
And it's coming out in...
I was going to say Pay Like Hell, and I thought that's what we do.
That'll be going on sale in the fall.
In the fall.
Yeah. So it's a trilogy. It's my first suspense trilogy. I've never done an adult suspense trilogy before. It was only supposed to be 2 books. Scared to Death, I had just finished writing it in March when Live to Tell came out, and I went on tour. And while we were on tour, we found out that I'd hit the Times list, and the feedback was great. And I was with my editor, and we sat down over dinner that night, and we said, maybe there's room for a third. So I went home and rewrote the ending of Scared to Death, opened the door to a sequel. So now there's...
So Live to Tell is the first of the trilogy.
Live to Tell, and then Scared to Death was supposed to conclude the story, but it picks up again 15 years later with Hell to Pay.
So it concerns the same people or family?
Yes, two families. I write domestic suspense, domestic psychological suspense, and I explore... This book, Scared to Death, is really about maternal protection and love, and what lengths would you go to protect your children. And I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. And
yeah, well, I'm a dad.
It's really powerful. So you know, you would do anything.
We'd throw ourselves in front of a runaway locomotive if it meant saving our children.
Absolutely, really, and there is, I think, in everybody something that they would kill to protect. And in this case, it's a mom.
Now, I got this book very late last week. I haven't had a chance to read it. I was reading the synopsis in the beginning, and instead, it just seems to me, I could be wrong, instead of just doing a synopsis from like one particular scene in the book, it looks like you've touched on several scenes throughout the book for the synopsis.
Yep, and multiple characters and generations. I always like to do that. I sort of, you know, that's my trademark. That's one of my trademarks.
Where does this family live in your stories?
They live in, this is Connecticut and New York City. So I live down in New York now. So this one is set there, but I have had many books set back in Buffalo, back here in Buffalo, and some thrillers, and then I wrote a series about Lilydale. So I like to revisit my hometown roots.
Where, by the way, talk about hometown. Where is hometown?
Dunkirk. Really proud to be from Dunkirk.
Dunkirk,
Grew
Fredonia
up there.
area.
I went to SUNY Fredonia.
Right. My son graduated from Fredonia with a degree degree in business, and you actually did the commencement. You said
I did 2 years ago.
A few years ago?
Yes, at SUNY
2
Fredonia.
years.
I graduated from there. Yes, so I'm a Western New York girl.
How big is the family back there?
We have dozens and dozens of aunts, uncles, cousins. My grandma was with me last night. I have to say hi to her. Hi, Grandma. I told you I would say hello.
There you go, Grandma.
She's watching.
You said you guys really stretched Christmas into 3 days. I said you were kind of working on the 12 days.
We always do. I'm Italian, and we have a huge family, and we have food, cookies. Santa Claus made an appearance. We always stretch it out as long as we can.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit about, if you can, the next book, the third in the trilogy.
Hell to Pay.
Hell to Pay.
Yes.
That's coming out in the fall.
It's coming out in the
next
fall.
year. Yeah.
The heroine of that book is a little girl in the first book, in Live to Tell. So it's Lucy. You met her in the first, in Live to Tell, and now she's grown up. And a thread that goes through, I can't give too much away,
No,
but
of
there's
course
a really
not.
big twist at the end of Live to Tell that opens the door to Scared to Death, and then there's another really big twist. And actually, as I was writing Hell to Pay, I got halfway through it and it wasn't working, and I turned it upside down and went at it from the opposite direction, and the book ended up writing itself and surprised me.
Isn't that amazing? I've heard some other authors say once they get going, it's like
it takes over.
The story is there, and they're just reaching up, grabbing it.
That's exactly. You like it when that happens.
Oh, you really do. How do you and your editor get along? And have you had the same editor all along?
I have had this editor. We worked together before, but this is my first trilogy with Harper Collins, Avon Books, and I just signed for another trilogy, my second suspense trilogy. She and I are great friends.
I've heard other people say, that it's a real love-hate relationship because they'll read the work that you think is done, ready to go, and they'll want to change things.
Well, I used to be an editor, so I really want that feedback. I know what it's like, and I know that my job is to write. Her job is to give me the feedback and edit it, so I really respect that. I want the feedback.
Wendy, we really appreciate you coming in to talk to us and sharing this.
Thank you, and I'll be at the Book Nook tomorrow night in Dunkirk, and at Barker Library in the afternoon at 2 o'clock, and at the Book Nook in Dunkirk, Fredonia Plaza, Plaza from 6 to 8, signing.
Okay, all right, make sure you get out and see Wendy and get a signed copy of her latest book.
The Buffalo Ball Drop and Fireworks.
Presented by Independent Health and Channel 7.
Live coverage begins at 11.
With the ball drop at midnight and a fabulous fireworks display presented by the Western New York Chevy dealers.
Brought to you by these sponsors.
Tomorrow on The View, Victoria Beckham on her husband.
I'm pain in the neck sometimes, don't get me wrong.
Her dog.
She's a bulldog. She needs all the help she can get.
And her new fashion line. Plus, Sherry learns to cook.
You gotta wear a good support bra.